Hello, I just would like to show you all the different things that you might want to know about these four-cylinder metal engine kits that you can build that are available on, for example, this one's available on Amazon. They're also available on eBay, but watch those sites that say that it's only $39.95. A lot of those sites are scams. So please be careful. I mean, this kit is very well machined. They're tooled. The engine actually turns. It doesn't have ignition. This particular one doesn't use fuel. It uses an electric motor inside the quote starter motor unquote to turn the flywheel, and it rotates the pistons, the crankshaft, camshafts. It is a dual overhead cam inline four-cylinder engine. That is the actual technical name of this type of engine in cars. So the other thing I'd like to explain to you is the fact that there are mainly two or three differences between all of these kits. The first thing I'd like to show you is that this one has headers, intake and exhaust pipes that are for the, for the valves and everything, or for the manifold, if you will. Not all of these kits include these tubes. This particular one shows it, but I'm going to show you some other pictures on this very ad that are a little bit misleading, because this particular ad, they actually show two different versions of this motor. This one has also got the switch and the recharging port in a little box that mounts on the back. That's one of the differences. Now I'm going to show you some other pics. They typically come in a tin like this one, which has all the different trays with the different part numbers and a manual, cables, belts, screws, washers, you name it. They're very well machined, like I mentioned. But notice something I'm going to show you here. And I'm just using Amazon as an example, but like I said, these are all pretty much the same. Now notice this picture. This is from the same ad, but in this case, the switch, the battery, and the charge port are mounted in the crankcase, in the oil pan, quote unquote. So this is one of the differences of these kits. And like I said, this one has the switch and the charging port in a box on the back. The other picture, if I can get it to show you, is notice this box right over here. Right here. On this particular kit, the battery is mounted inside this box, whereas the other type of kit has the battery inside the oil pan. Now this kit that has the battery box on the side is also the same one that has the switch and the charging port in a separate box on the back. And notice, like I said, this picture doesn't show you the headers, the tubes. So some of the models come with tubes, some of them do not. The other difference would be the blue pulleys, the blue flywheel. Others of them have red instead of blue. They have the same stand. The particular one I bought also has a USB charging cord that plugs in, and it has a barrel plug to plug into the recharging port to charge the battery up. So you can use any little charge block or your computer or whatever to charge the battery back up that it comes with. So those are the main differences that I was trying to tell you about. As you can see, the other picture shows the charge port right there. But see, this is the exact same company, but yet they've got different pictures. So you don't know which one of these you're actually getting. Whether you're getting the one with the battery mounts down there or the battery mounts on the side. They all have the same, here's the battery box on the side of this one. But they all have the same chain guides, they all have the same dual overhead cam setup. Mostly all the same parts. Electric starter motor that turns the flywheel at a certain speed. The pistons reciprocate up and down. The valves move from the camshafts. There's metal spark plugs that go in the spark plug holes. Again, this one does not have ignition or use fuel or anything like this. There are some of these model kits where it's either a single cylinder or a two-cylinder that uses fuel and will actually run. These are not those kits. So I just bought one of these. I didn't get it on Amazon. I'm not trying to tell you to get them from Amazon or eBay. That's up to you. But I just wanted to explain some differences, and I plan on building one of these. I actually have the one that has the battery pack on the side, and it has the switch and the charge port on the back, like I mentioned. Mine has red belts instead of black ones. That's another difference. I've even seen some different pictures of these where they don't even have the belt routed the right way. See if I can show you that one. Notice this picture here. It just flipped by. Okay, here, this is another manufacturer. Notice how one of the belts is going under the idler pulley, or the tensioner pulley, I should say. The other belt is going over it. This is incorrect. Both belts should be on the inboard side because this is a tensioner pulley, just like on a real car. Because you adjust the tension of the belt. Now again, this is not really a real alternator or anything like this. It's made to look just like a regular engine. But everything else is pretty much accurate. And you've probably seen some other videos about these maybe, or just wondered. So I've made this video to help, but as you see that there's a lot of differences in the price. This one's $4.99. Some of them are $5.29. There's also one that's an 8-cylinder that's about $800. That's basically almost two of these put together. Other than that, they're made very much the same, machined the same. They have the bearings, they have the rod caps that hold them to the crankshaft. You put grease or Vaseline or oil and stuff to lubricate the parts. And that's pretty much it. So I hope this video is a help to you. Thank you so much for watching.